Kathy, will you come up here and test? I just want to make sure that height's good for you. There she is. No, are you kidding me? Kathy, you next. Hey, Jeff. Jeff, give Kathy a nudge.
Ready to start? Good morning. First of all, I want to say thank you so very much for coming out and supporting our new building. We worked really hard on it, we're really proud of it, and we're anxious to show the community and you all and get our clients in there and get things rolling along. And I know they're already moved in, so are we rolling? Um, I want to first introduce a friend of mine. He has been a constant supporter of the Hope Center for 25 years. And I think you might know him. His name is Dr. Everett McCorvey, and he's going to come and sing a song for us.
Thank you. Before I sing, I wanted to say that I was talking to Kathy, and I was at the beginning. I was talking to my friend Jim Host, and we were talking about how all talents come together to make good things happen for our society. And in so many ways, this is what love looks like. This is what community looks like. And so the song I thought I would sing today is God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
How'd you like that? Everett was so sweet when I called him. He said, I have a full day of teaching and I'll send you somebody else. And I said, okay. So I get a text last night about 9 o'clock and he said, I rearranged some things. I'll be there today. So we're blessed to have Everett with us. The Hope Center has been a long and meaningful history in our community. From its beginning, it has stood as a place of refuge, healing, and transformation for men who were down and out by providing them the opportunity to rebuild their lives. Today, this new facility, the Quantrell Jones Center, is yet another visible sign that the Hope Center will do anything and everything to help people. This building is more than bricks and mortar. It is a place where hope lives. Here we will find not only shelter, but also the resources, guidance, and encouragement they need to move forward for a brighter future. I would like to thank our donors. I would like to thank our board of directors. Without them, this would not have been possible. So thank you very much. You know, I want to talk a minute about my husband. Don was a very quiet man. And if there was ever an event, oh, that's Don. Here's what I'm going to say. It was his sign. Usually at an event or whatever where there was speaking required, Don would get a seat and sit in the very back and he'd shoosh me forward. And so I would go and be our representative. But as we celebrate this milestone, I just know he's pleased, and I'm so grateful that we could do this. Don was a proud veteran, a visionary businessman, and above all, a dear, dear man who had a very generous heart wanting to give back to his community. He used to say to me lots of times, especially after we retired, he would say, Kathy, I want us to help as many people as we possibly can. So we're grateful for the Hope Center because we truly get to reach out and touch lives that, we normally wouldn't do. And I'm just, everybody knows how I love the Hope Center. And so I'm grateful for our new building, for our staff, and for all of you who helped support us. Don's life was embodied in service, honor, and integrity. He was drafted off into the military when he was 18 years old, and soon after that, he applied for leadership school. So, of course, he got in, and he graduated second in his class. And he talked about it all the time. He talked about how the military leadership school impacted his life in such positive ways. It taught him discipline, and he used it in his business, and he tried to use the leadership thing on me, but it didn't work. I know that a place like this is dedicated to lifting up those in need, especially our veterans. And he would have been so happy. He might have even sat on the front row. Thank you for joining us and for standing with us in this mission. Together, we are building more than a facility. We are building help. And I'm here all the time, and I can truly attest to you. We really are building help. So now I want to introduce a very special lady who I greatly admire and love. She is not only a mission partner of mine, a member of the Hope Center's board of sustainers, but also a dear friend. Reverend Bonnie Quantrell Jones has been a guiding light for the Hope Center since its earliest days. Reverend Jones first came to the Hope Center in the early 1990s as a seminary student, right as the Hope Center was starting to open. She wanted to seek God's face, seek God's face in the clients. Within weeks, she joined the board of directors and soon after that became chairman during a really critical time as two independent agencies merged to form the new Hope Center. Her heart for service, her vision for what is possible, and her unwavering faith have shaped this organization and helped thousands of men and women. So, I'd like to introduce you to Bonnie Quantrell Jones, who really made all this happen for us. Okay, before I break it, I'll try and get it down. Thank you, appreciate that. She had hers all written out. I tried to do that, and I'm not good at written speech. Well, that's not true, but I came to Hope Center when there was no Hope Center. As she said, I came my first year in seminary, actually, because I discovered that when I went to seminary, I started learning all this stuff about God. But I started losing my personal relationship with God. And that hurt me a lot. So I came to what was then Community Kitchen out of Christ Church Cathedral to hand out mail, because I knew, as Jesus knew, that it's where people who need help, people who are poor, people who don't have anything, that's where we find the light of God. Well, being who I am, as she said, I wound up on the board shortly after that. I guess I just have that nature to, I'm one of these people who says either move faster or get out of my way and I'll take it over. So there I was. We had years when, this was before Hope Center per se existed. It was Christ Church Community Kitchen, and it was the Horizon Center, which was the city. And the Horizon Center provided its stuff, the Hope Center provided, the Christ Church Cathedral provided its stuff, and they merged. Well, when I got into it was just the beginning of building the very first Hope Center building. And there was enough money from the city to build the building. There was not enough money to furnish it. So a group of us, and I will, Jean Cravens being one, Deborah Hensley being one, and I'm sure there were lots of others, set out to beg, borrow, preferably not steal, things from banks, from attorney firms, things from hospitals. We got beds from hospitals. We got conference room tables from attorneys' offices. And people gave us things because we asked. And that's how we furnished the Hope Center, with donated goods. We had 114 beds and a train. We had 114 beds, and I don't know if it was the first night, I know it was within the first week, we had 140 people that needed to sleep there. So then we started getting mattresses. And for the first year, and probably longer, we had the dining room, and after dinner, people took the chairs and the tables and they folded them up against one wall, and we laid mattresses on the floor. And that's where people slept. And there were people that didn't want to come because they said the guy next to me was snoring, or he was coughing, or he was doing whatever. The beds were right together. It's the only way we could sleep, the number of people that we could sleep. It grew from there. And it grew in ways that, to this day, it brings tears to my eyes to think of where we've come. One of the greatest gifts of all to us was Don Ball.
He not only brought his crew who could build things for us. I was just told today, I didn't realize this, that the first time we called him, it was to build shelving that we needed. And from that shelving came unbelievable things. Because for one thing, he had access to government grants. He knew how to get programs. He knew how to get the feds to pay money, the state to pay money, and even the city to pay money, so that we could keep going. We started with 5 beds for detox because we knew, from having done a lot of study, we knew that addiction was one of the main things that kept people on the street. And what I discovered was that even if they didn't start on the street because of addiction, that's where they wound up. And I thought long and hard about that, and I realized that if I had to live on the street, I'd turn to alcohol. I'd turn to something, because it's miserable to sleep on the street. We grew the programs focusing on that first, on getting people off of drugs, off of alcohol. And then we had programs. We had programs that we used AA. We had AA meetings there every day. We used other organizations to help us. The community came in and prepared meals. I mean, this was not just a Hope Center project. This was a community project. And I'm so proud of the city for what we've done. And then one by one, as it grew, other people jumped in. You know, we have Don Jacobs with the building. We have the Don Ball Center. We have Louis Pritchett, Dr. Pritchett, who built a dining hall. As we added people, we also got smarter, because as we added people to the board, we added people who not only had a heart for what we were doing, but had resources or friends or relatives or customers or suppliers who could give us the kinds of things we needed. Central Bank has been a huge supporter. It is all of the people who have worked on it that have made it what it is today. And today, I can't believe what we are. All of these buildings and all of the help. And people told me that oh, you can't build all of that. You'll have homeless people from everywhere coming. You know, they're gonna leave where they are and come here. And I thought about that, and I thought, you know, is that such an awful thing? If they're living on the street and they can have a room here. We also had issues in the beginning with, oh, this is probably going to stir up some stuff. Maybe I shouldn't say it. With illegals. We had people that we didn't know if they were legal. And there was a big discussion about that, because we said, oh, people said, okay, well, we can check when they come in to find out if they're legal. If they have paperwork, we let them in. And I said, are you going to check everybody that comes in? And they said, no, well, just people who look Hispanic. I said, I think that's illegal. I don't think we can do that, because that's what do you call it, stereotyping, or, you know. So we never had that. Our focus has always been on people without homes, people who needed help, people who needed basic human needs. I'm a firm believer in the fact that everyone has a right to a place to live, to food, to clothing. So this new building is simply an offshoot of my belief And fortunately, my son's belief, who is now running the dealership for me and providing all the money for this, I'd like to point that out. And I could not be more proud of him, because I think he's doing better than I ever did. But it's the heart of this town. It's the heart of business leaders. It's the heart of average people. It is the love for people of all natures, all genders, all races, all ethnic groups, all religions. We're all created in God's image. And we should respect people for that. And when you look into someone's eyes, you should be able to see God's image in them. Because that's what God would have us do. So I'm a business person, but I'm also a priest. Which I tell, when people ask me what I do in a group of strangers, and I go, I'm just your average car dealer priest. And they go, really? Which is what I did in the beginning. I'm like, God, you can't be serious about this. Nobody would have a car dealer as a priest. I mean, it makes no sense. But I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank my son, and I want to thank every one of our employees who I wish could be here today, because they are truly the ones who built this. They're the ones who did the work. They're the ones who provided the energy. And I think they're the ones that have the pride in it, because they should. It's not one person or two people. It's all the people that get together and have the same core beliefs that I do. Basic human needs. That's what we need to be providing every citizen, every person, because we are all God's creatures. And that is what God would have us be. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Jeff Crook. I'm the CEO of the Hope Center, and I've been the CEO for approximately a year, but I've been at the Hope Center for 27 years, so I've gotten to see Miss Bonnie, Miss Kathy, and several of the board who are here today, and Mr. Ball guide the Hope Center through the years, and they spent 26 years training me, and then they finally put me in this position, so grateful for that. Good morning, friends. Today is a day of celebration, a day of gratitude. This new facility is a shining example of how deeply our donors believe in our mission. It shows that they value every human life and that they trust us to do the right things, the things that truly change people's lives. On behalf of the Hope Center, I want to thank the many individuals, families, businesses, and partners who made this vision a reality. Thank you to Reverend Bonnie Quantrell Jones, for whom this amazing complex is named. Thank you for Brentley and the Quantrell Auto Group, who support us in many different ways beyond just this facility. Thank you to our board chair, Ms. Kathy Jacobs, who's generous beyond belief with her time and her resources. Thank you to the Department of Veterans Affairs, who gave over $1.5 million towards this facility. Thank you to the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, who gave $2 million in ARPA funding for this facility. Thank you to Bill and Aaron Rouse. Thank you to Myra Ball, Luther Deaton, and Central Bank and Trust. Thank you. We're grateful to Jim Blackerby and the Hope Center Golf Classic team. And thank you to John and Gio McCarty, Jim and Kate Park, Linda Ball, Louis and Betsy Hillenmeyer, PNC Foundation, Peyton Tierney and Jill Thomas. Thank you to Valvoline Traditional Bank, Eva LaRue, Link Belt, Carla Blanton, Dr. Rosalie Manus, Kristen Duke, Jack Russell, Haired Concrete, Painted Horse, and the Granite Guys. I want to thank all of our donors for their generosity. Because of them, this facility is debt-free. Thank you. I also want to thank our construction partners, Integrity Architecture, the Alliance Corporation, and Ruggles Sign. And we are deeply appreciative of the support of Mayor Gordon and the members of the Lexington City Council, many of whom are here today. Thank you. To all of you who gave, who believed, who trusted us, thank you. You are the reason we are cutting the ribbon today, and because of you, countless lives will be transformed within these walls. Thank you. Now it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our next speaker, a resident of the new Quantrell Jones Center and a proud veteran, Corporal Emmanuel Bell.
Hello. Well, you know, this journey started with me a long time ago. I'm one of the guys that laid on the mattresses on the floor. And I've been so grateful and humble for everything that's happened. There's nothing like this building that we got. It's probably the best homeless facility for veterans in the state of Kentucky. There's nothing like it. There's nothing we could do. We have our own rooms, we have our own bathrooms, and it kind of teaches everybody to get an understanding of what hope is and to move on. So I'm a little nervous to let y'all know that. Yeah, but I'm doing my best, and I like to thank, you know, most of the people that's been in my life been, you know, here. So it's like Mr. Troy, he helped me a whole lot to move on. I didn't think I'd get nervous, but I'm getting there. I think I got to look over here for some strength. But I'd like to thank Miss Nicole. She helps you get lined up to get in this place. And moving on from her, Mr. Mike, he makes sure that we do all the paperwork that we need to get focused and to help you to be able to fill out applications, get all the paperwork you need for moving on to an apartment. And I have another caseworker that helps me as far as getting my apartment and all that, and his name is Stan McNamara. He's a good guy and he helps us a whole lot. And I have one more person that's a peer support guy, his name is Tim, and he helps everybody that's in the facility. You know, we all got problems, and it's good to be able to sit down and talk to somebody. So the system is very good and it helps us all out a lot. I've really been kind of successful. You know, I have a car. Going to college up here at BCTC, so I'm listening to him a lot, you know, and I thank God. I'm not doing this by myself. God's right here with me now helping me. I'm a little nervous still. Yeah. But, you know, school's a good thing. You know, I'm a little bit older, so ain't no books. You know, we have computers, and I don't really know too much about them, and I'm doing the best I can. You know, I go to the library and try to do things. So I'm working out pretty good, and I'm trying my best to represent the veterans that's here. So I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time because I'm a little nervous. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that's helped build this building, and hopefully I'm not doing anything that's. I'm not trying to make us look bad. I'm trying to make us look good. And I appreciate everybody here for doing what they're doing. We can't have a better building than what we have. And I thank you for that.
For this project, the Hope Center got $2 million in an ARPA grant through the city. So that tremendous support combined with the $1.5 million in the veterans got us started. Unfortunately, we still needed another $3.5 million to make everything happen. So that's where Miss Bonnie and all the other generous supporters stepped in. But to get things rolling, the city gave us $2 million. They've always been tremendous supporters. We love our partnership and relationship with the city. We are very grateful for that, grateful for the mayor, grateful for the council. And our mayor, Linda Gordon, would like to speak.
The mic man. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I want to start by introducing the council members who are with us today, and we have several. We have at-large council member James Brown. Now, I'm not sure where you all have gone. We have first district council member Tyler Morton, and we're in his district right now. Second district council member Shayla Lynch. We have 5th District Council Member Liz Sheehan, and we have 10th District Council Member Dave Savigny. I hope I have not left anyone out. Thank you for being here. And I first want to thank Corporal Jones. Thank you, Corporal Jones, for your testimony. It was really wonderful. Thank you. So later this week, we will be inducting the class of 2025 into the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame. Lexington is very proud to be the host city of the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame. While it might be an accident or in scheduling or just serendipity, inducting a new class into the Veterans Hall of Fame in the same week that we are making today's announcement says a lot about our community. We honor and assist our veterans in many ways. Today's announcement, at least in part, is about one of our most important ways of caring for our veterans, helping veterans who are struggling with homelessness. And Bonnie mentioned basic needs. If you know anything about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which all nurses know, right, Rosalie? One of the basic hierarchy of needs is a roof over your head. That is basic. And in 2019, we were honored as a community to announce that we had effectively ended veteran homelessness in Lexington. What that means is we have a standard that we continue to meet, and it is met by many, many steps along the way, including the Veterans Administration. We have a process, and we are so thankful for those who work every day with our homeless population. So today's announcement will make it easier to continue to meet that goal with 32 of the 72 beds in this transitional housing targeted for veterans, providing them and others with a safe, stable place to live, as well as to start rebuilding their lives. Our community gives great thanks for for Reverend Bonnie Quantrell Jones for her commitment to improving the lives of people in our community who are experiencing homelessness. And you know, Bonnie, when you spoke, you mentioned back when you were first working about how some folks said, well, if we build this, we'll get people coming from all around. We know we receive people from other communities. But during COVID, when that happened a lot, I said, well, you know what? They're here. They're ours now, right? So we've made progress in this city in helping people with housing. We know there are still many challenges ahead. I'm gathering more information from the community as we plan our next steps. And we will continue moving forward with the goal of ensuring that everyone has a roof over their head. We're taking a step closer to that goal today. And I want to congratulate Bonnie and Kathy and Jeff and the board and everyone who possibly was involved and everyone at the Hope Center. This is helping bring our community closer, I think, to ending homelessness. It's a big challenge. We know that. But the work that you have done here is magnificent. And you have unlocked the key for helping people through the Hope Center and this new project. Congratulations.
Okay, my name is Chris Peck. I'm the Chief Advancement Officer, and I need to stress that just because we are debt-free does not mean we don't need money. Oh, thank you. So there's still plenty of needs. There's still plenty of naming opportunities. And as you take a tour, I'm inviting you to do so afterwards. You'll see all kinds of opportunities in there. It doesn't have to be financial. I mean, if you have things at your house that you're moving or you're remodeling, we will gladly take those. We have approximately 80 affordable apartments, and so they need to be fully stocked. If you have clothing that's gently worn, we'll take that. Food donations, anything like that. We have great needs, and so we really need the community. Lastly, I just want to invite you all to take a tour. Take 15 minutes and walk around this building. We're really proud of it. But thank you all for coming. God bless you. Yeah, ribbon cutting first. Sorry about that. I don't know who has the ribbon, but